Okay, people, I'm just jumping on here. I've got a little bit of a rant and I just have to get this off my chest. So I follow a relatively new-ish YouTuber, and she's not really new. There's a lot of controversy around her. But anyway, the thing is that she wanted to offer a food plan that she used to lose 106 pounds, which, I commend the woman for losing 106 pounds. Like, that is no small feat. You absolutely should celebrate the hell out of that. The thing that I have an issue with is what this food plan, from what I can see, contains, and also the idea. And this is more so the issue. I have a really hard time with people being taken advantage of when it comes to fitness, health, and nutrition. And I'm going to say this for anyone out there: somebody else's food plan is not your food plan. There are so many things that go into this, and I've just got to adjust my camera. Hold on a sec. Let me just do this, make it a little bit more steady. Okay. So, somebody else's food plan is not your food plan, and a food plan should have these things in mind. So, before you go purchase an off the shelf food plan, the first thing you should know is your metabolic rate. Like, what is the rate that you're burning calories based on your activity level, your age, your gender? Um, because all of that has a factor. So, if I have a metabolic rate of, I burn on average 1,400 calories a day, not inclusive of exercise, and let's say exercise might add an additional three, maybe to 500, my metabolic rate is now going to be around, I'm going to include that to be around 1,500 calories, right? Well, if I'm looking at a food plan from somebody who consumes 2,500 calories during the day, and that's in their food plan. Listen, if you have 106 pounds to lose, you're eating a lot of food. So there is no way that somebody's food plan is going to apply to you, right? So I can't tell if this woman's food plan was extremely low on calories or if it was higher than the average on calories. Because if your basal metabolic rate is up high enough and your activity level is up high enough, you can maintain or lose on very high calories. I have a friend right now who is dieting, and she's dieting on 2,300 calories. I used to be like that. My body has changed a little bit and my BMR has reduced. Hopefully, I hope to get that back up there at some point if possible. But she's dieting on 2,300 calories. I know people that maintain on close to 3,000 calories. This is not the norm. Okay. So, why would taking somebody else's food plan make sense for you? It wouldn't. Not unless they had the same physique, the same issues, the same gender, because gender does have a lot to do with this. So I just got really, I don't know, I got a little butthurt over it. Not like it's a personal offense to me, but one of the things, the reason why I started this channel, the main reason why I started this channel is because I get asked so many questions in the gym, from women in particular, but even men, on advice on lifting, advice on nutrition. And the BS that they have been told is painful. And we're dealing with other people's lives here. We are dealing with other people's lives. Like, if I have somebody who's extremely shy comes into the gym for the first or second time and has a bad experience because of misinformation that they were given, that could affect their motivation to come back. I don't want that to happen. And the same thing with this whole food plan. From what I saw so far, I didn't purchase the food plan because, yeah, it's for sale. I don't even sell food plans yet. And I know what I'm talking about. I do coach people professionally. I have a coach, a professional. He's a doctor of physical therapy and a competitor like me. I have spent years researching this. So I don't even have canned food plans for sale for anybody because it doesn't make sense. A general food plan that I would throw up there is not going to be a one size fits all. It's not going to be that way. And it wouldn't be fair to my viewers to do that and expect them to buy a product that, I know in my heart might help a few people, but will not be appropriate for most. Workout plans are different because you can absolutely sell pre-canned workout plans, with different focus on different areas. That's something else. But this whole food plan, I just am so disgusted. And I think the reason why I'm disgusted also is because I've watched this creator's channel for a while and I've watched her workouts. And I remember one time I saw her get on and she was like, I did 2 hours of cardio this morning and I just got off the treadmill and I did 2 more hours of cardio. Woman, if you are on the treadmill or on the elliptical for 4 hours out of your day, which I highly doubt, because that would toast me and I am fit and my cardio is up there. 4 hours of cardio. That's a marathon. That's easily more than a half marathon. So maybe she's capable of doing it. But the thing that really burns me up about it is it's not healthy. That's not a healthy expectation to put out there for the general population. Nobody, unless you're training for a major event, should be spending 4 hours doing cardio. Go live your life. Go live your life. Go get a coffee. Go meet with friends. Get some work done. For the love of God, if you've got kids, go hang out with your kids. You should not be spending the better part of a day doing cardio unless you're training for something like a marathon. So I knew once I saw her start doing that I was like tuning out of the channel. But now her revenue's gone down. And so she wanted to start selling food plants. Yeah. People, just don't buy a canned food plan, please. Just don't. A coach, all right, so let's talk about this. What does a coach need to give you a food plan? The very first thing a coach needs to know is what your goals are. What's your goal? Do you have a specific day in mind? Is there an event? Do you want to build muscle? Do you want to lose fat? Usually you can only do one at a time, not at the same time, unless you're brand new to working out. That's the only time that magic happens. Those are called newbie gains. So, what's your goal? The next thing they should ask you, do you have intolerances? Do you have an eating disorder or have you had an eating disorder? Yes, I have. I've had an eating disorder. I'm a recovered bulimic. So, these are all things that coaches need to be aware of because your mental health matters. And if you have not dealt with that first, you really should think twice about getting on anybody's food plan, especially a canned food plan that somebody just threw together for anybody else. After you talk about your goals, after you talk about your mental health regarding dieting and what this means for you, then you need to talk about your food intolerances. What are some no-goes? What are some things you can't eat? What are some things you can eat? What types of protein are you willing to eat? And how much protein do you currently eat? And this is the next thing. If you really want to have a good, effective food plan, any good coach is going to ask you to track what you've eaten for about a week. I always ask my clients to do the same thing. I need to know what they're eating. I got to get some clarity so I know how to make adjustments. Because the more I know about my clients and their eating habits and their likes and dislikes, the better able I am to help them make a transition into a food plan. Because making that transition for the first time is not simple, it's not easy. It's a mental game for most people. Once you have all those things in place, guess what the next thing is? You execute the food plan. You support your people in executing the food plan. And then when they're on the food plan, guess what? You're going to have to make adjustments. So, all right, my point is anybody's food plan off the shelf, just don't do it. Please don't do it. Educate yourself. Just educate yourself. Use ChatGPT. Now, listen, ChatGPT is not great with food plans. It screws up calories all the time, but you're going to get more of a personalized plan with ChatGPT than you would with any random influencer off the street just throwing food plans out there for $25 because their revenue is getting low. All right, I'm going to stop ranting now. And if you want a video on how to use ChatGPT to do something like that for you, let me know and I'll throw together a tutorial and I'll post it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Don't buy canned food plants. Bye.